So I saw this video from Glenn Beck, who apparently still has a show on the Blaze Network. I think he used to be the owner of the Blaze Network. Then if I'm not mistaken, he sold it to some other group. But he still does a show on the Blaze Network. And watching this clip, I just thought to myself, this is incredible. I have to show everybody this, and I have to react to it because, like, we need to talk about how insane the entire right has become. Because that is what's happened. The entire right has lost their mind. There is no such thing as a moderate Republican anymore. It's seriously, really and truly does not exist. It doesn't. If you still at this late date can say to a pollster, I support Donald Trump, I'm sorry, you're gone mentally. You're just not there. Now, to be fair, it's he has a 37% approval rating, 61% disapprove. So it's not, it's a minority of the country. It is, he's not doing too hot with the polls. But if you're part of that 37%, as Glenn Beck is, I think it's time to admit these people are mentally ill. This is mental illness we are about to see here. So let's take a look and we'll break it down as we go. But I mean, the whole right has collectively lost their mind. And I think that this clip sort of sums up in a clean way how that's the case. Here we go.
I want you to listen to something, see if you've heard this before. Here is our Speaker of the House on Friday. Listen.
They're going to descend on our Capitol for their much-anticipated so-called No Kings rally. We refer to it by its more accurate description, the Hate America rally, okay? And I'm not sure how anybody can refute that. If you think about what's going to happen here tomorrow, you're going to bring together the Marxists, the socialists, the Antifa advocates, the anarchists, and the pro-Hamas wing of the far-left Democrat Party. That is the modern Democratic Party. That's where they've gone. And
okay, stop.
Hate America.
Did you hear this? Have you heard that before? Listen to this.
I put this up and said, radicals, Islamists, communists, and socialists will work together against Israel, against capitalism, and work together to overturn stability. There are radical.
It's finally the government has caught up. But notice what he said. I was saying they're going to work together. He is saying they have become the Democratic Party.
Oh my God. So first of all, let's just point out, Glenn Beck from that era when he was like the number one Fox News host for a little bit, and then he got fired because he was too crazy even for them in 2009 or whatever it was, 2010, 2009. He was known for going on these insane, paranoid, schizophrenic rants with his chalkboard where he would connect all these dots. It's like that meme of the dude who's like connecting all the things on the whiteboard, and it's like, oh, look at this, seeing connections where there aren't any. That was his whole show. His whole show was a paranoid, schizophrenic breakdown, where he makes these insane, he draws lines between insane things and then like blames the entire Democratic Party for it. And, he was all in on every fucking insane conspiracy when it comes to Obama, for example, right? And, accused Van Jones of being some like closet communist something or other. How's that working out now, by the way? He's like a right-wing hack on CNN. But those rants from Glenn Beck were universally understood to show, even at the time, how unhinged and disconnected from reality the right wing in this country is. Well, now here we are, fucking 15 years later, and he's go, aha! I was right. Mike Johnson is saying it. No, that's just further proof they've all gone down to your level. They've all become dumber. They've all become more conspiratorial. They've all lost their fucking minds and sound like paranoid schizophrenics. Like, he uses this as validation. He plays the old clip of himself like he's something to be fucking proud of. Meanwhile, you're just explaining the absolute implosion of the Republican Party and the lack of any standards whatsoever or any connection to empirical reality. So let's go through some of what was said there. Mike Johnson said it's a hate America rally, talking about no kings. Then he says it's all Marxist, socialist, Antifa, anarchists, and pro-Hamas. Okay. Literally all of that is wrong. If it's a hate America rally, why were they bringing the Constitution and saying, hey, we need to stick to the Constitution? If it's a hate America rally, why are they saying no kings? No kings is the most American idea possible. If it's a hate America rally, why did 7 million people show up and oppose Trump's illegal bombings, illegal wars, stupid trade war, which is leading to inflation and causing unemployment, standing up against the ICE thugs that are rounding up innocent people with no due process? People are fighting for due process, the most American idea ever. But he says it's a hate America rally. He says, they're Marxist, socialist, Antifa. And again, Antifa, that's not even a thing. There is no official organization of Antifa. It's not a thing. They keep wanting to make it out to be this highly organized Al-Qaeda-like terror cell, and it's just not. to say they're pro-Hamas. Why? Because there were some Palestinian flags there. I don't know if you noticed. Israel is mass murdering Palestinian civilians, and people are standing up for humanity and for those innocent people getting killed. That's called being a decent human being with a moral compass, not pro-Hamas. It's just a smear to say they're pro-Hamas. But look at how proud he is. Look at how proud he is. Oh, Mike Johnson is saying the dumbass shit I was saying 15 years ago. See? Turns out I'm right. How? How? The only violence that happened on the No Kings protest day was from fucking ICE tear gassing innocent people. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
And I believe that is true. What people had a problem with back then was anarchists. I mean, they don't want a state government. They don't want hierarchies or centralized authority. How could they possibly? Communists, they're going to work with the anarchists. They want absolute state control over every aspect of life. Islamists, you throw them in, they want theocratic rule. They want Sharia law. Yeah. I know it was for the simple-minded back then, couldn't understand it, but I think you do. Why do they?
What? So he's saying anarchists who want no government are teaming up with communists who want all government, are teaming up with Islamists who want Sharia law and jihad. First of all, those are definitionally contradictory. Second of all, there were no fucking Islamists. Like, what are you talking about? Oh my God. God, I hate this. I would love to be having a serious conversation about policy details. I would love to be, quibbling over the exact top marginal tax rate that would make sense for economic growth, but also enough of a tax base to fund the social safety net. I would love to have that conversation, but I can't because I'm too busy talking to somebody who's about to eat his own shit. Seroquel, Glenn Beck. That's what you need.
Because they all share one immediate goal, and that is destroy the existing order. I did a monologue on hour number 1 of today's podcast. I urge you to go back and listen to it. Why is this being funded by billionaires?
Okay, when you say they want to destroy the existing order, fucking of course we do, and we should. It sucks. In fact, Trump, when he ran, he would say, make America great again. Why? Because he said it's not great right now, was his point, right? So he ran as using that as his slogan. He said, our country is disgusting. He said shit like that when he ran. So to change, of course you want to change shit. Why are you acting like that's some fucking nefarious thing? But did you seriously just accuse them of raising money from billionaires? Oh my God. This is the dumbest conspiracy I've ever heard. There were 7 million protesters. No, this is not funded by fucking George Soros or any other billionaire, but I'll tell you what is. Literally all of Trump's project. He has the world's richest man cutting pediatric cancer research and Meals on Wheels. You guys are the ones who are in bed with billionaires. You guys are. You sing Elon Musk's praise. Glenn Beck, that's what you do. Your whole movement is to represent the billionaires. The billionaires are paying for Trump's fucking Great Gatsby ballroom that cost $250 million, and he's giving them favors. They're doing insider trading right now. What are you talking about? It's you guys are the billionaire party. Oh my God. They're so out of control. They're so out of control. I don't know how to deal with somebody when every fucking word out of their mouth is bullshit. I don't know how to deal with it. How do you deal with it? There is no dialogue with a person like this. This is just like you need a straitjacket is what he needs.
For the same reason, destroy the existing order. All of them think they will win in the end, okay? They know they can't achieve their utopia without first tearing down the system that they hate, capitalism, constitution, Western civilization, whatever it is.
Trump is the one destroying the Constitution. Oh my God.
And once the system is down, that's when real chaos begins. That's when they turn on each other. But in the meantime, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. So how do you measure are we moving towards tyranny or not? Yeah, first thing, forget the labels.
As Donald Trump is ushering in tyranny in the clearest ways anybody's ever seen ever, he's fear-mongering about the left theoretically eventually coming to power and doing tyranny. Yeah, I don't know, Glenn. I think the guy who said we should terminate the Constitution, all rules, regulations, and articles, because I lost in 2020, I think that's the guy you have to worry about. Remember when he gave a press conference and he said, only I determine the law? He was like, only I or Pam Bondi, the head of the Department of Justice, only we determine the law. In other words, the courts can shut the fuck up. The guy who's literally ignoring court orders. Literally ignoring them. This is the guy who's the tyrant. The guy who got rid of due process and has ICE Gestapo thugs rounding up innocent people and putting them in concentration camps. And you're worried about left-wing tyranny? I can't. And he keeps saying they want to destroy the order of things as if that's bad. Yes, we do. But when we say that, what we mean is I want to destroy for-profit health insurance companies and do universal health care, Medicare for all, so everybody has health care, and it costs them less money. You know, I want to destroy the existing order, as in I want unions, and I want collective bargaining, and I want higher wages for people. I want social security for all, not just for old people. Like this, that's how I want to destroy the current system. The fucking rigid hierarchy, the corporate slaves that we now all are, I want to bust that system up and give regular people more power and more wealth.
So how do you measure, are we moving towards tyranny or not? Yeah, first thing, forget the labels, okay? Are constitutional norms being eroded or bypassed? Do you even know what those constitutional norms are? Are voices being silenced? Is my side saying, yes, we should silence voices? Is it being done by the state and or by private actors working hand in glove with the state? If so, you have a sign of fascism.
Again, he's saying this to fearmonger about the left is going to take away your free speech. The left is rising fascism. You are supporting a guy who tried to get Jimmy Kimmel fired over jokes, who threatened a RICO case against protesters for the Code Pink people for protesting to his face, who sued Ann Seltzer over a poll he didn't like, sued CBS about how they edited a Kamala interview, sued the New York Times for $15 billion, wants to criminalize flag burning, which is literally a First Amendment and free speech issue. Trump is the biggest opponent. He's rounded up pro-Palestine protesters and people who wrote anti-Israel op-eds. He's trying to kick them out of the country. They did kick 6 people out of the country for joking about Charlie Kirk after he got shot. The threat to free speech is here, and it's your fucking guy doing it, and you got nothing to say about it. In fact, you support it. You support the crackdown. You are the tyrant. You are the fascist.
Are businesses punished for political beliefs? Is a bank saying you can't do business with us because of your political belief? If so, you're on the road to fascism. Are loans being denied by ideology? Are laws enforced against political enemies but ignored for political allies? That's a big one for both sides. Are public-private partnerships being weaponized to shape behavior or restrict liberty? If the answer is yes, even if people are saying we're doing it for your own safety or for equity or for democracy, liberty is in danger.
I know it sounds like he's ranting against Trump there. He's not. He's ranting against the left. This whole rant is against the left. Meanwhile, the exact thing that you're fear-mongering over, Trump is doing it. NSPM 7. NSPM 7 is a change of the whole of government. They have this anti-terrorism task force now to go after people for anti-Americanism, anti-capitalism, anti-Christianity, extremism on migration, on race, on gender. In other words, if you are okay with trans people, you're terrorist or terrorist adjacent. If you are anti-racist, you're terrorist or terrorist adjacent. If you are in favor of either open borders or just having borders but having reasonable humanitarian altruistic rules around that, you're a terrorist or terrorist adjacent. Again, if you're a socialist, they'll put you on a fucking government list and investigate you. Like they're announcing, Trump is announcing he's doing all the things that Glenn Beck is fear-mongering the left will do. The lack of self-awareness is astronomical.
When they're enforcing the law, like arresting drug traffickers or gang members or those people who are entering the country illegally, that's not fascism.
When they're enforcing the law, talking about going after gang members, it's so ironic he says that because we just got a report that Stephen Miller berated the ICE agents and said, stop going after the gang members. Stop going after the human traffickers. Stop going after the people that it requires a lot of work and investigative stuff. Go directly after the people in the fucking Home Depot parking lot. I'm losing my mind because everything he says applies. Like Trump is doing it, but he's fear-mongering about theoretically the left doing it at an undisclosed future date.
What sovereign nations do to remain free. What is fascism is when the government decides which laws to enforce based on politics or race, when it punishes thought, when it merges with corporate power to control the people.
Literally all of that is being done by Trump. The fucking going after Letitia James, going after James Comey, for example, just mucking up totally fake charges. He's probably going to try to do the same with fucking Jack Smith as well. Like all of that is happening. Merging the state and the government. You mean like what Trump is doing with the fucking AI broligarchs and Palantir, letting Peter Thiel, a guy who's obsessed with the Antichrist, fucking make a mass spying blackmail database on every single American and punish wrongthink? Oh my God.
That's also what authoritarians do. When you say no king, what does that even mean? No king.
It means Trump is no king and he shouldn't be a king. and he should stop acting like a dictator. He should abide by the Constitution. That's what it means. You know what it means.
I bet they can't even tell you what that means. Well, I mean, somebody's going against the Constitution. King doesn't care about a Constitution. The king is appointed by God. And so he has complete control of the land, of the dukes and the earls. He hands out favors.
You think that's not what Trump is doing and wants to do? You think he doesn't want to be a king? He's already acting like one. Oh, my God.
He makes all of the decisions. That's what a king is. I'm sorry. Donald Trump does not fit authoritarian. He does not fit fascist. He does not fit Islamist or communist. And he doesn't fit king. So what is your side doing again?
He thought he just hit it out of the park with that rant. And that level of disconnection from reality is just incomprehensible. Incomprehensible. We're literally sitting here looking at a guy who ordered his DOJ to lie and disobey court orders. That's who Trump is. That alone is a big enough scandal that it would have taken down any other president at any other time in U.S. history. That's who Trump is. This is a guy who's got his ICE Gestapo thugs rounding up innocent people, sending them to concentration camps like Seacot, like Alligator Auschwitz, like fucking Guantanamo Bay, where he wants to send 30,000 immigrants. Again, no due process. These thugs are assaulting 84-year-olds who are married, an old married couple. They're shooting a priest in the face with a pepper ball. They're tear gassing cops. They are completely and utterly out of control. And here he is pretending like it's the left that fits the definition of all the things the left are against. I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this, but the fact that this tweet has 51,000 likes, 971,000 views on Twitter. That is 51,000 mental patients. That's what that is. That is 51,000 mental patients. This is why I've been talking about it. I mean, it sucks to end on this much of a downer note, but it's true. This is why I've been talking about this national divorce, bro. I get it. It's unlikely to happen. It's difficult to iron out all the specific details. I get all that. But you have to compare it against the alternative. The alternative is what? Still peacefully coexisting in a country with these psychopaths? Still peacefully coexisting in a country with MAGA? No, they hate us. They hate us. They literally want us dead. That's why they don't even bother to condemn anymore if, one of their group chat, JD Vance was defending the group chat where they were saying, I love Hitler and shit like that. I mean, we are so through the looking glass, bro. And so what's the point of blue states? We get less representation. We pay more taxes to the federal government. We get less in return. And now you have red state National Guardsmen invading our blue cities. What is the point? What is the point? When you listen to Glenn Beck here, he is so disconnected from reality, there is no way to untangle all of this and get him to a place where he's not insane. So I look at that and I go, you know what? Let's peacefully, amicably separate, right? Let's do that. Set up two countries, 65% left wing in one country, 65% right wing in the other country, and you'll still have elections. It'll still be democratic, but one country will be way more progressive, one country will be way more conservative, and we'll check in after 40 or 50 years and see how everybody's doing. And I think I know the answer, but the fact of the matter is they won't even agree to this because they like to hate us, and they like to gaslight us, and they like to abuse us, and so they can't live without fucking, dragging our name through the mud and hating on us. They thrive off of hating on us. Meanwhile, we thrive on trying to make this country a better place. I'm telling you, you want to talk about irreconcilable differences? I've never seen anything like this. Hey, y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.